Hello, Quilt Artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel Under the Needle. So I'm here today with an unboxing. I just got my sew sampler for the month of August, and I'm excited to see what we have this month. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Okay, and this is what it looks like. It says the golden hour. And here on the back we have 20% off Riley Blake Designs fabric. All regularly priced Riley Blake Designs fabrics. Excludes kits, clubs, pre-orders, gift certificates, sale items, so sampler boxes. I probably won't use this. This expires October 20th, 2023. I am trying not to buy a lot of fabric, and generally when I do buy fabric, I'm not really drawn to a lot of Riley Blake. There have been a couple of collections that she's had that the line has had, or that the fabric manufacturer has had that I've liked and that I purchased. But I think the last one was Heather Peterson something Heather Peterson made. So of course we have some Riley Blake fabric in here and a mix of other things. I'm excited about this. One moment. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Somebody was at the door. They didn't have their key, so I had to go answer the door. All right. So it looks like we've got some different stuff in here. So this looks exciting, actually. All right. So let's get our booklet out. Okay. I like this. All right, so let's start with our first item. We have just like I think this is a bonus item that has no value. Oh, no, it does. It does. This is $3.48. This is 109 yards of Metler thread, and mine is some kind of blue color. I don't know what the color is actually called. Harbor. It's actually called Harbor. It's a pretty blue. So that's nice. Now, this is adorable. I would never purchase this. I would never buy this. But I like little rulers. So my favorite Creative Grids ruler is the 6.5 inch square and the 6.5 by 12.5. I love those two rulers. I use them for almost every quilting project. But recently in one of our boxes, we got the 4.5 inch square. Now in this one, which I never would have bought either, because the 6.5 is pretty handy, but it was kind of nice to have that 4.5. And I've seen Kimberly use this little ruler. I don't know how much I'm going to use this ruler, but it's adorable. It's a little Creative Grids 1.5 inch square ruler. Now, this would probably, the only thing I would probably use this for, if I were to use it for anything, it's so cute, would be cutting off dog ears, or cutting off the excess for half square triangles. So if you did maybe a 2.5 inch half square triangle, or not half square triangle, like a stitch and flip. So maybe small half square triangles, and then maybe some of the stitch and flips this could work for. But it's so small. So and the value of this is $8.99. It's super cute. I have to try not to lose this. Like, I'm going to have a designated space for it, or I'm definitely going to lose it. Just like I have to have a designated space for this so I don't lose it. Same. So I have to figure out where I'm going to put this, because it is wincy and my area is a mess. So this could get lost super easy, but it's super cute. Okay. And then we have this. So this is tearaway quilting elements. Let's get some information here. So it says meander past straight line quilting with the tearaway quilting paper from Urban Elements. Designed to help quilters add flair to their finished quilts with printed pantographs at home. This paper can be modified to any size by following the instructions. The Scribbles Petite design is their most popular edge-to-edge design, and Basting spray and a shortened stitch length is recommended to quilt with this paper. So it says, before you start, baste your quilt with your preferred basting method. Remove and unfold the tearaway sheets from the packaging. Cut off the top label of each tearaway sheet along the horizontal line 3 inches from the top. If using as a border design, also cut along the dotted lines that run the length of the tearaway sheets. Spray the backside of a single tearaway sheet with basting adhesive. Choose the placement for the tearaway sheet on your quilt. Place and smooth onto the basted quilt. Reposition the tearaway sheet as needed. And then it shows you how to elongate the rows and how to line up additional rows. So realistically, what size quilt could you do with this? 35 by 45. So I don't know how practical this is. This is $12.98. So I guess, so each sheet, so there's 4 sheets in here that are 48 inches. And the pattern is 4.5 inches wide. So let's see here. So this is our paper. So this is our paper. And so I guess we use 505 basting spray to adhere this paper to the quilt project, and then I guess you shorten your stitch length and you quilt along the lines. Now, let me be honest, for a simple meander, it's probably going to be way easier, way faster for you to just learn how to do a simple meander. Now, one of the things I like to use is the meander with the loops, because it doesn't matter if they cross over each other. A traditional meander, the lines don't cross anywhere. So I like to do like a loopy meander because the lines can cross and it's okay. And if I get backed into a corner, I don't lose my design. But for $9, and you can only do a 35 by 45 inch quilt, that means that if you had like a 45 by 60 inch quilt, you would need 2 packs of these. So that would cost you $19 just to do the quilting for a lap size quilt. And I think that's a lot. And depending if it's a larger lap, you would need like 3 of these. So it will cost you $27 just to quilt your quilt. And that doesn't count the cost of your thread, your basting spray or pins, or your batting. So I think this could get kind of expensive. Now, I think that if it was a harder design, something a bit more intricate, it might be worth it to me for something like that, for a more intricate design. But for a loopy meander or just for a meander, I don't see myself using this. If I was, because honestly, it's harder. For me, it's harder to sew on the lines. Like I've bought stencils where you use the stencil and you sew on the line, and the way that my brain works, it is so hard for me to stay on that line. I can't do it. It's easier for me to just do an organic design. So, I think maybe if you're just starting out, if you're new to free motion and this is something that you want to try, certainly you can try this, but I don't think that I would ever purchase this unless it was like a more intricate design that I couldn't create on my own, or that I don't know how to yet create on my own. Like this is a bit more intricate here. Like this design. So maybe something like that. I don't know. I can see that. So I guess the next table runner I make, maybe I'll try this, because you could do a couple of table runners, right? So maybe that's something to try. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I mean, I'm happy to get it in here because this is something that I've seen. I've seen this type of product before. I've been interested in what it was, but I didn't want to invest the money to buy it when I didn't really know how it was going to go. So I'm not mad that it's in this box, but this is not something that I would probably use, especially not for an easy pattern like a meander. All right, on to our fabric and our pattern. I do really like the pattern this month. It's a Sunray. So I like this. This is something I might actually make. So finish size is 74.5 by 74.5. So I would probably adjust the blocks to have a rectangular quilt instead of square. So looks like we need 8 fat quarters, which is what we get in our bundle here. And we need 3.5 yards for background sashing and inner border, 1 1/8 yards for accent, and 1 1/4 yards for the outer border. And your accent is this dark blue here. That's kind of around each of it's like it makes up the star points around each of these squares, and then it makes up these small stars in the quilt. So it looks like there's 16 blocks, so that means that each fat quarter can do 2 blocks. So if you had a block, if you had 10 fat quarters, you could get 20 blocks, and then make this puppy rectangular, and you would have to add, of course, a little bit more accent and a little bit more background. Looks like the blocks go together pretty easily. You can kind of see their construction here. This looks like it goes together pretty easily. Let's see if it has you cutting a bunch of stuff here. Okay. So immediately, one of the first things that I would do is I would change this pattern. There is a flying geese unit. There's a flying geese unit in here. And so I would probably, and it has you do the traditional one at a time method to make the flying geese. And you have to make 64 identical geese. And the 64 identical geese that's what you're putting. Those are your star legs. So each block has 4. I probably would not do these one at a time. These one at a time stitch and flip flying geese. I would probably do the 4 at a time flying geese method, either with waist or no waist. And I would probably make my flying geese like that, because it would be a lot less cutting. Because that means that you have to cut 128 of these blue squares from the accent fabric. 128 of these small blue squares, and you would have to cut 64 of these rectangles from these rectangles to make your flying geese. And so I'd probably change that automatically. So if I was to make this, I would change that. But I do like this pattern. It's the first pattern that I've looked at in a while that I was like, that's one I might make. That's one I might make down the line. And then we have our fat quarters. Of course, these are from Riley Blake. And the line is Sunray Day in the Life. So Sunray Day in the Life. And it's by Echo Park Paper Company. Let's take a peek at these. One of the things, I I prefer my colors to be brighter. That's why I don't gravitate to a lot of Moda and a lot of Riley Blake, because their color palette tends to be more muted and pastel-like. And I prefer my fabrics to be a bit more bold and bright. So I don't mind these colors. I just like the colors to be more bright and vibrant, and whereas these are more muted. Not quite, you know, 1930s muted, but these are cute. So these, the pink and the white, those are the same print. And then there's this cute little rainbow print. We have a small scale floral. We have a polka dot. We have another small scale floral. We have two geometric prints in the pink and the yellow. And then we have this striped print. So really balanced, really nice. Like I said, I just don't normally do a lot of Riley Blake because, well, I like my stuff to be a bit more vibrant. All right, so that's what's in our box. Oh, and then of course we have our sew along. So we have our pressed flowers quilt along. So I'm behind. I made the first two blocks. I need to make blocks 3, 4, and now 5. I was going to cut out the fabric for blocks 3 and 4 over the weekend, but then I decided that because I had gotten confirmation that this month's box had just been shipped. And so I just decided that if this box was going to get here Monday or Tuesday, that there was no point in cutting out my fabric for boxes 3 and 4 when 5 was going to be on its way. So that's definitely something that I plan to do this week, to get this cut out, to get it cut out and maybe get some of it sewn. We'll see, but definitely get it cut out. So I want to get blocks 3, 4, and 5 cut out and ready to go. So yeah, that's the plan. And so just to recap what we've got this month, very different. I'm like that we didn't get, a pin cushion, or, we got some different stuff, and I appreciate that. So of course, we have our coupon, 20% off any Riley Blake fabric that is not on sale. We have our 1.5-inch square Creative Grids ruler. We have our Metler thread, 109 yards. This is a really nice blue color. It's called Harbor. Actually, no, it's 164 yards. That's what it says here. Now, when I looked in here, it said that this was 109 yards. That's what this says, but this says that it's 164 yards and 150 meters. So I don't know which is correct. We have our fabric from Riley Blake, Sunny Day in the Life by Echo Park Paper Company. And we have this tearaway quilting paper by Quilting Elements. And of course we have our pattern, Sunray, and we have our block of the month. So let's just total what we have here. That's 350, it's 27, that's 30, 43, 44, 54, 64, about $63. So $63, not including the block of the month. So I would add another couple bucks for that. I think on their website, to buy 1 month is like $5, which I think is outrageous. But I think it's because it's printed in color and it's on this kind of heavier cardstock type of paper. And so it probably costs more because of that. I don't know. But yeah, that is it for this box. I am happy with this. I think I never uploaded the video for last month. But that was a great box too. Maybe I'll go ahead and upload that one after this one. It just seems so stupid to upload it. I got my box so late. It just seemed kind of ridiculous to upload it that late. But and now it's later and later and seems more ridiculous. But I'll figure it out if I want to upload it or not. But that is it for me, and I'll see you guys next video.